Hey everybody, welcome back inside the stash. I got a few things here I wanted to go over real quick on recent arrivals. We have some more, bulkier stuff coming here actually after the weekend's over. But a few things have come in that are smaller. Um, I've got my Come to Jesus light on because my 100-watt equivalent daylight bulb burned out. It's supposed to last for 18 years or whatever, but if you read the box, those are like it's 18 years if you use it for 3 hours a day. And frankly, because where this light is in relation to like the stairs in my basement and for a few other things, it's basically left on all the time. So after about 3 or 4 years, it's finally given up the ghost. I went out to my local Wally World because I had to go there anyway, and come to find out that Wally World, at least my Wally World, doesn't carry CFL light bulbs anymore. It's either only halogen light bulbs or LED light bulbs. So I dug around, and found a 100-watt equivalent daylight LED bulb. Got it home, and it doesn't work in any outlet in the entire house, or any socket, or however you want to look at it. So until I can get that back to Walmart and try to exchange it for another brand. It's what I get for buying the Walmart brand of light bulb. But, it's one of those deals where, why would you do that? That's stupid. The same people make the light bulbs. It's just, no, you're not paying for the GE name, so it's all 6 of one, half dozen of the other. It's like motor oil and antifreeze. There's only a couple companies that actually make motor oil and antifreeze, and they just package it for everybody, and it's all the same crap, same principle. It's not like Walmart is making it themselves. It's like same thing with their food. They don't make their own bread. Sara Lee bakes all their bread. So, at any rate, that beside the point, I have my Come to God light on, which usually screws up the white balance of this camera to no end, and so I've had to create basically a sunshade for my my webcam out of a instruction sheet for a Volvo British Touring Car Championship kit. So at any rate, it looks like it's halfway decent, at least on my end. It'll probably look like crap in post-processing, but it is what it is. I got my first ever order of Gravity paints in, and I also got some stuff in from S.K Decals. Go over the Gravity stuff first, since it's sitting right here. I have sort of two complaints in regards to Gravity so far. I mean, the paint could be awesome, but that's sort of irrespective of the actual experience. I just want to, stress that this is just my personal experience with them. Your mileage may vary, and it's not necessarily a knock on the company. It's just something to be aware of in terms of dealing with them. I'll keep you updated on the second half of this as it goes along, but I placed an order for some primer, the 2K clear coat, and 3 colors of paint. 2 of them to go onto one specific project, and then I ordered a bottle of Calsonic Blue, which I think I have like 4 or 5 Calsonic, skylines that need to be painted. So, I put in the order on August 26th, and on August 28th, they sent me an email with a tracking number saying, your order is shipped. And I was like, yay, paint. Maybe it'll be a little kick to get the rest of this stuff done, so at least I can set up the temporary part of the paint booth, because permanently speaking, I need some furniture in. But I have some existing stuff I can put over there and just get things set up and working. And time goes by. As people who know, I'm a contractor for the Postal Service, so I'm keeping track of the tracking, and it's not moving. It's just label pre-printed, and anybody who's bought stuff off of eBay knows how this works. If you ship in a sufficient amount for the Postal Service, you can create your own mailing labels at home, and that'll automatically create a tracking number for the package, regardless of whether or not it actually has been picked up by the Postal Service. And this is what the case was here. And it sat, and then of course Florida has had Irma come into the state and run roughshod over the proceedings down there. The 14th, which I guess was Thursday, I get a bunch of tracking information kick off to my postal tracking app, and it's picked up at Gravity, take it to the local post office, shipped from the local post office to the regional post office. From the regional post office, it's on its way. It's supposed to be here Monday. And all of the tracking all the way out of Florida has regional weather exception put into it, which is the U.S. Postal Service's way of covering their butt for not shipping priority packages on time. Whatever, I don't care. At this point, it's been 2 weeks since they said they shipped it, and it hadn't been shipped. It came in today, which is nominally 2 days earlier than the tracking app thought it would come, and it came. It's not wet, so there's that. If you go on Gravity's website, for the U.S. website anyway, there's still a notice on there about how Irma could be delaying shipping and whatnot. And so either this has been sitting in Florida for a while and just finally got out after the storm cleanup, or they just, Gravity Colors is back up and running and they're shipping again, one of the two. And I got the stuff here. It's all very nicely packaged and survived the shipping. Most of these bottles are plastic anyway, so they weren't going to break. A couple of them are glass, but actually I think they're all plastic. And much to my chagrin, I'm short a color. I ordered Calsonic Blue. I ordered Volkswagen Golf Pure White, which is technically supposed to be used on the Polo rally kits. And I ordered Marlboro Fluorescent Red because I have the Safari Rally TA64 Celica that I wanted to start to work on, and I was, because of the scheme that I'm using for it, I can't use the kit supplied red decals, so I need to mask it off and two-tone it. In order to use the fluorescent red that Gravity makes, you have to paint it over a white base. So I got the white paint because, I need a white base. And yeah, no fluorescent red. So in addition to this taking almost 3 weeks to the day after they said they shipped it to get to me, because, well, they didn't ship it until 2 days ago, I also am short a color. So I have sent in an email to them letting them know that I was missing a color. I would be a little more, well, whatever about it if I had ordered like 25 colors and they forgot one. No, I ordered 3 colors and they forgot one. 33% of my order is missing in terms of the color. So what did I get? Well, on the I realized that this is probably a waste of money, but I wanted to test it out and see how it works compared to using some less, labeled alternative. I got their airbrush cleaner, which I'm not sure how this is going to focus. All this stuff is still shrink wrap, so in between the sunshade, there we go. So I've got their airbrush cleaner. I'm pretty sure this is probably just, mineral spirits in a big fancy bottle. We'll see how this works. But again, I'm willing to test a paint line and see how everything in the paint line works. Let's see here. I got the 2K gray surface primer, and that has to be used with this primer activator stuff. Let's see if I can. It's too much. It can't handle it. So you have to mix this into the primer at a 4-to-1 ratio. And then I also got the white primer. Again, just testing stuff out. To me a surface primer in a can may still be a better alternative. I don't know. If you listen, there's little mixer balls in these things, so you don't have to, stir them. They've got a mixer in them. So, like I said, there's the activator and these, so 2 sets of those. I've had some people talk to me who have bought these and say they're not all that great compared to just regular Tamiya primers. And that may end up being the case, although I can see definitely within an application base of there being, like, if you need to prime smaller parts, photo etch, things like that, that may be a better alternative than spray bombing it with a spray can or decanting the primer. So I can see where that would still have a purpose, even if it's not necessarily an everyday primer you would use on a body. And then I got the 2K clear multi-use stuff. So this is a 3-to-1 between, you use 3 parts of the gloss coat, 1 part of the gloss coat thinner, and then 1 part of the toxic additive here that is the activator. I say toxic chemical because if you read anything about the how this stuff works, once you add the activator to this, it automatically starts hardening. Basically, they call it an activator. If you look at Zero Paints, they call it a hardener. But whatever you want to discuss it as. Yeah, once you add the activator, the hardener to it, it automatically starts to set up. So if you're going to pre-mix it, you can only put the thinner into the actual gloss coat. You can't put the activator into it because once the activator goes in, the chemical reaction starts, and then you're going to end up with a big pot of solid guck. And then, again, like I said, I got two of the three colors I ordered. I got the Volkswagen Polo White, maybe. Never knows how sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. And then I got the that works just fine. Yeah. And then I got the Calsonic blue. So this one I wanted more than the others, just because I said I've got so many Calsonic projects. I know Brilliant Blue, the TS44, is supposed to be the equivalent in the spray paint line, but again, if you've never seen, I should say, any of the Calsonic kits, you end up painting the interior blue, you end up painting a big chunks of the suspension blue, and again, it's a situation where there's no comparable color in their acrylic brush painting or just their acrylic painting in general. So even if you wanted to spray bomb the body itself, you still really need something on a local level, so to speak, on a small level, to paint all the suspension components, because spray bombing them is not really going to be that efficient a manner. And then I've got this big mailer bag from Hong Kong, from S.K, and I got a couple of things that are multiples here. I got this very nice little package from them. It's all nice little shadow box type of deal. And what's in this is a basically a backdating trans kit, if you want to call it that. You use this with the BMAX M3. It is the I'm trying to think of how I want to phrase that. The BMAX M3 DTM kit. There's only the one right now. And this will take your BMAX M3 DTM kit and take it backwards. You use this, we got this bumper here, which is probably not going to show up real particularly well. There we go. Use this bumper here, along with there's a rear lips, or a rear bumper addition, and a chopped down spoiler. These are all basically modified from the kit parts, so unlike a lot of resin, you'll see this is actually like a finished back side, because it's designed to actually hook onto the chassis. You see the attachment holes there, as well as it has the hole in the front for the tow hook and everything else. Very, very, very nice resin. It's white. It's very clean, very well cast. No pinholes, no air bubbles. It almost looks like styrene, and because of the fact, like I said, it's modified kit parts. The backs are fit. The back end of it is finished and things like that. Anyway, you take these and it converts the M3 kit, which is a 1991, and I take it back to 87, 88, 89 specifications. So I have two of those because these will go to make those ATCC, the Australian Touring Car Championship kits, for the Johnny Player Special, the decal decal sets. So there's that, and then I've got these smaller shadow boxes. These are a great idea in theory, but they sometimes don't want to come apart because they're designed to slide out. And here I've got the newly done up. We've been waiting forever on these, mainly for this little decal sheet of BBS logos. And these are the BBS wheels, the conversion wheels to do quite a bit of different liveries. If you order any of the Hilton liveries, any of the Mr. Juicy livery from for the Gear Racing Macau stuff from SK Decals, the Tic Tac Tauber, the white car that needs these, the ATC the Johnny Player Special cars need these. So I have 4 sets to begin with. 2 of them, again, will go into making the ATCC Johnny Player Special cars, and then 2 of them will be used with the set of decals I'm about to show you here. So get all that out of this bag. And then I got 3 sets of decals in this shipment, many more to come, but I just wanted to get a few things while I was buying a bunch of resin parts. And first up, I got the Group N Nori P Civic decals. This, of course, anybody who watches the program a lot knows that I have this specific kit from Hasegawa. The decals themselves are trash, and I bought it basically for the wheels. We talked about that before because these have these Enki racing rims that are not the wheels that come with the actual reissued jacks and Castrol liveried versions. And basically, we talked about 2 videos ago when I got the Hobby Design wide body Rocket Bunny Pandem thing for the Civic, that I was going to sacrifice the Nori P kit itself to be the base for the wide body, and then I was going to take the wheels and put them into one of the reissued kits, and I needed the decal. So these are, I mean, it's got the wax paper over, but you get the general gist here for the Group N livery. Group N, for some reason, is one of the very hardest things in the world to get results from. I don't know if maybe it's because it was only a Japanese series, and I'm not searching by the right terms. Maybe I need to search in Japanese. But like, I could find videos on YouTube here and there for this N1 endurance racing series, but I can't find race results. I can't find season results. So, like, I don't know how well this car did. It might have stunk. It might have been great. I can't tell you. And then I got 2 of the brand new. Whoops. My alarm going off there. I mean, basically, it means it was time to get up for work, but I'm already awake. Haha, joke's on you. And these are the brand new liveries that were just done out of S.K for the M3. And they are the 1991 Gia Race of Macau, or I guess technically it was the Macau Cup by this point. One is the Kamachi livery. This is still a Schnitzer Engineering sponsored car, so it's still got that, light blue, dark blue, and red stripe as far as the livery goes. And you can see here you need the BBS mesh wheels for this kit, so that's where one set of the spare BBS is going. Again, got the wax paper over top of it. That's why it's sort of dim. It's not as bright as it could be because it's still got the protective paper over it. But you get the general idea there. This is one of 2 of the Kamachi liveries that are done. The other one is a 1989 car. And then, of course, you guys know if you watched the staff report here 2 days ago, or yesterday, actually, you know that there is, of course, that Kamachi liveried Volvo coming out. So Kamachi is getting a lot more bang for its buck advertising-wise now in 2017 than it did in the early 80s and mid-1990s on the actual race cars. And then the other one is the team car to that, the other Schnitzer car that ran in 1991. This is the Video Magic Hang Seng Bank version. It's very cool that it has all this Hang Seng Bank, or actually it would be Sanghen Bank Limited, but we would call it the Hang Seng Bank here in the United States. Basically on just the way it translates over. And this is the hood. This is the passenger door. This would be the driver's door over here. So it's very cool to have those all done as, one big decal. And then on the back here, you see what the actual livery looks like placed on the car. And one thing, I don't think we've mentioned it once in the past. We haven't really talked about it since then. All of them, including that other one I just showed you, but all of the M3 decals that he's doing come with this little fret of photo etch included for nominally free. I'm sure the decals might be a couple bucks cheaper if they weren't in there, but it's not an upcharge. These come with every one, and you get basically you get your photo etch brake faces in there, and then there's a stencil for the Yokohama tires that certain seasons ran. If you look here, there's Dunlop. Right here, the Dunlop logo. So they're on Dunlop tires in 1991. You wouldn't use the stencil for that, but it's got your bunch of your hood and trunk pins, 2 tow hooks. The wiper blade is in there as well, along with the 2 T-handle fasteners to close the back of the hood, because these cars are designed to have the whole hood come off if they wanted to. And basically, if you know your M3, the hood flips forward, so the T-handles are there to pull the hood. And yeah, so very cool. Glad to have some more projects to do that I'll never get finished. But yeah, so that's what we got. Like I said, it was just a short little video because I want to go over that stuff. So this is all like little and stuff I can shove and put away without having it sit out and take up space. So like I said, guys, I'll keep you up to date on the Gravity situation as far as getting the other color. I'm not thrilled with the shipping, but it is what it is. I don't know if it's a situation where they fill the order, print the label, and then if they're waiting on paint, you just sort of wait with them. It seems to me that the ordering system isn't live in that sense of like, well, we have this color, we don't have this color, blah, blah, blah. Or they need to email you and say, hey, look, we got your order. We have these things. Do you want to ship them now and pay additional shipping for this other thing later? Or do you want to just wait? Need to be a little bit more communication there. And as far as the paint color being missing, if this was really shipped after Irma, I'm willing to just be, okay, things happen because, you know, you're trying to get the orders out that you were, you know, dealing with, and you have, you know, marginal power and everything's just all to hell and back down in Florida. So, you know, hey, what, you know, no fault, no harm, no foul. I wasn't going to use it right this instant anyway. But I know too many people recently that have had issues with that big delay in shipping and have to chase Gravity around. I did not personally contact Gravity in terms of getting this ship. I just let it fly and see how long it took. I have, of course, contacted them about the missing color because that's like $6 that I don't have, or $7 I don't have. But beyond that, I didn't hassle them. I didn't harass them. I paid for this paint. I know a lot of people getting the Gravity ship for free, but I paid for this paint. So a little more, you know, hey, I paid for this. I'd like my stuff. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's that. Like I said, I don't want to harp on it because I don't want to like come off as bashing Gravity. Stuff happens, and I'm willing to deal with them. They have several more colors I want to order in terms of actual paint colors, and hopefully, like I said, we get everything set up to start testing out the primer and everything else here shortly. So, anyway, guys, that's about it. We'll be back with another Inside the Stash probably Monday morning, and more stuff I don't need. But hey, you should expect that from us by now. See you guys on the other side.